Now that I have your attention, I love Eminem. We've been friends for many years. I don't agree with his politics, but I do give credit to him and people like Taylor Swift for standing up and not being afraid to be vocal for that in which they believe. Thinking differently and having the freedom to do so is what makes this country great. My stance is unequivocally MAGA because I know in my heart, mind, body, and soul that President Trump will make America great again. God bless the USA.
If everybody acted like this, in my opinion, it wouldn't matter whether Trump won or whether Kamala won. If everybody acted this way, if everybody shared this type of sentiment for one another whenever they're at a disagreement, or you might not believe in all of the politics that the next person believes in, but at the end of the day, if you can come together and separate yourself from the politics and say, you know what, that's my brother, that's my friend, it's my brother in Christ, my sister in Christ, and I choose to put the politics to the side to still show my love and my support for the said individual, that's what we're missing today. And it doesn't matter if Trump wins or Kamala if we can't figure out a way to get back to that. So in my opinion, I think this is the coolest thing to come from all of this election since the J.D. Vance, Tim Walz debate, where J.D. Vance did wipe the floor with old boy. But at the end of the day, they were mutually respectful to one another. That's what this country's missing. Everything isn't so extreme. So because of the way that the left propagates and makes the right and Trump look so extreme, it makes the left, in my opinion, scared of the right. Therefore, they stand 10 toes on the most wild and outlandish theories. And because of that, the right hates their ideology and therefore hates them by association to the word liberal or to the word Democrat. It got so bad during COVID that if somebody was wearing a mask, you just hated them. In my opinion, or vice versa, if someone wasn't wearing a mask, if they were a liberal or a Democrat on the other side, they would hate that person for not wearing one. It really has gotten so extreme, man. And my hopes and my prayer over these next few months, over these next few years, my prayer would be that we make it out of that and that we can just get back to a place where we love, admire, and respect one another, no matter what you believe, no matter what your credence or your code or your ethic or your morale, your color, whatever. If we can just get back to a point where we can still respect one another and respect each other's freedoms to choose, I think that we'll be in a better place no matter who's in office. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Kid Rock, and I wanted to give a shout out to Eminem because I think this was the coolest thing that I've seen in some time. And quite honestly, shocking, coming from both parties. I did not see Kid Rock approaching it this way, and I didn't see Eminem approaching it this way. I've never known them to be close friends. I know that they did a song together a long time ago, like in 1998, called F You. And that was probably the first time that I ever heard Eminem, ironically. And I know they did some kind of something or another with Trick Trick one time. But it did get my mind stirring when Trick Trick came out for Trump. I said, man, that's a little strange, especially given that Eminem stands 10 toes on his Democratic side of things. So I would assume that Eminem shares that same sentiment with Trick Trick and vice versa. And I think that that's ill. I think that that's what we need to get back to. Don't hate your fellow brother and your fellow sister and your fellow American just because they don't agree with the same ideology as you. And that's what I've been trying to say about Eminem from the beginning, is that he really feels like he's doing the right thing. And a lot of these people feel like they're doing the right thing. Yes, there's a lot of evil that's associated with the left. Yes, there's especially at the Kamala rally where someone yelled out, Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord. And she said, oh, you're at the wrong rally. That's evil. Borderline satanic, in my opinion. It's satanic to me by the very definition that it's becoming cool to hate Christians. But at the end of the day, not every Democrat feels that way. Not every liberal feels that way. Just like every Republican isn't racist. Just like every conservative isn't hateful towards gay people. Like, we have to quit this. It's nonsensical. And we're never going to be able to move up and grow anywhere in life if we can't start learning to put our differences aside and still come together as Americans. Because at the end of the day, we all bleed that red, white, and blue. And truth be told, we need to remember that. And we need to show love to one another, be friendly to one another, especially if we're Christians. Especially if we're Christians. I've had so many discussions lately because it's political season with so many people, like people that are talking about abortions and how could you be a Christian and believe that women shouldn't be able to choose. And I just simply say, as a Christian, I believe that we should have some kind of solution to the problem. Like, you know what, as a Christian household, I will take the baby. I'll adopt the baby. Make that an easier way. So I think that that's where we need to be. Much love and respect to all of you. I appreciate y'all, and I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.